The sea raged violently, tossing a young man named Zane into its depths. He cried out for help. As a shimmering figure emerged, a mermaid. "Don't struggle," she called, her voice cutting through the storm, as she rescued him and brought him to a grotto for safety. Zane introduced himself. "Thank you. I thought I was done." "I'm Beauty," the mermaid replied. "What brought you into such danger?" Zane was full of thanks as he hesitated but finally said, "My boss, Mr. Cruz, claimed to find part of a map to Atlantis." Beauty's face turned pale. "Atlantis? The cursed Morlex wants its power. If he finds that map, the sea is doomed." Beauty was still speaking when she discovered had fallen into a deep sleep. His strength had gone from fighting the water. The next morning, the grotto was filled with a soft light filtering through the cracks above, casting shimmering patterns across the walls. Zane woke to the faint sound of water rippling. He opened his eyes and found Beauty perched on a rock, combing her hair with a piece of coral. "You're awake," she said without turning, her voice lilting. "I guess I slept off yesterday, I'm sorry." "I couldn't explain that," Zane apologizing. "You were lucky the sea didn't take you." Zane chuckled weakly. "I suppose I owe you twice now. First for saving me, and now for letting me stay here. But why didn't you just leave me on the shore?" Beauty hesitated, her fingers pausing in her hair. "Because the shore isn't safe. Especially not for someone carrying stories about Atlantis." She sighed and placed the coral comb aside. "The ocean has its secrets, Zane." As she explained who Morlex is. "Morlex is an exiled sorcerer," she explained, her tone darkening. "He's a threat to my kind. And if humans like your captain are meddling, they might have given him the opportunity he's been waiting for." Realizing the danger, Zane vowed to help her stop Morlex. Beauty studied him for a long moment, her tail swishing idly in the water. "You're not what I expected, Zane." He smiled. "Good or bad? Time will tell," she said. Beauty and Zane sought out Jaden, Beauty's spiritual friend. "The map's other half lies with the spirit of the sea," Jaden explained. "To reach it, you must pass through the Guardian Gate." On their journey, they stumbled upon Mr. Ben, appeared from nowhere as Zane introduced him in surprise. "Give the map to us," Jaden warned. "Morlex will stop at nothing to get it," as she explains the dangers ahead to him. Mr. Ben promised to help them as they journeyed together. Now a team of 4, they reached the Guardian Gate, where a white angelic figure emerged. "You seek the spirit's map," the gatekeeper saying. "Only teamwork and love will grant you passage." The group faced trials of trust, courage, and cooperation, proving their unity. With their bond strengthened, the gatekeeper handed over the second map. The group followed through uncharted waters, deep in the ocean, where light barely reached. They encountered the spirits of the sea. Radiant figure made of shimmering lighting, silver and golden images. "You've come for power," the spirit in a golden image said, its voice echoing like 1,000 waves. "One among you must rise as its guardia. You, child of the ocean, have the courage, heart, and wisdom to guard Atlantis." "Me?" Beauty asked, startled. The spirit nodded. "Morlex seeks only destruction. You will face him and decide the fate of the sea and mankind." The spirit infuses Beauty with a surge of electric power, pouring it to her head. "You now carry the strength of the ocean. Use it wisely." Before they could prepare further, dark currents swirled around them. Morlex appeared, his massive shadow blotting out the light. "So, the little mermaid thinks she can stop me?" Morlex sneered. His voice was a venomous hiss. "The sea's power and treasures will be mine." Beauty stepped forward, gripping the trident tightly. "The sea doesn't belong to you, Morlex. You've caused enough suffering. You think you can stop me?" Morlex laughed cruelly. "I will take the power of Atlantis." Beauty gripped her hands tightly. "I fight for the sea, not for power." Morlex raised his hand, sending a huge wave of dark water toward her. Beauty quickly ran from it, creating a shield of light that broke the wave apart. Both of them battle with their powers. "You're strong, but not strong enough," Morlex growled. He summoned dark creatures from the depths to attack. Beauty fought them off with quick, powerful strikes. Zane, Jaden, and Mr. Cruz saw their chance. "Distract him," Zane shouted, the group distracting Morlex's attention. Morlex roared in anger and turned toward them, leaving Beauty to prepare her magic needed. She focused all her strength on her palms and pointed it at Morlex. "This is for the ocean," she cried, releasing a brilliant burst of light. The light hit Morlax, breaking his dark form into pieces. With a scream, he began to vanish. The ocean returned to its peaceful state. Beauty floated in the calm water, exhausted but relieved. Zane swam over to her. "You did it," he said, amazed. She smiled weakly. "We did it together." The spirit of the sea appeared, shining brightly. "Beauty, you have saved the sea." Peace is restored. The spirit turned to the others. "Your teamwork was key. Remember, the sea and humanity are connected." As they swam back to the surface, Zane looked at Beauty. "So, what happens now?" Beauty smiled. "I'll protect Atlantis, but maybe we can find a way for the sea and humans to live in peace." Zane grinned. "Maybe we start with us?" Beauty chuckled. "Maybe." And with that, peace returned to the sea, and Beauty's journey as its guardian began.